Sports. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's a running play for Juju. And some room to roam now. And out across midfield down to the 45.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. They'll toss to Harris. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running backs trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
On second and 9, Roethlisberger. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown! Eric Ebron. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Steelers 7, Cowboys 0. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
No gain on the play.
Prescott to throw it. He'll get this to Elliott. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Cowboys nothing.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. Running with Elliott. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Well, now they'll try the end around. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Cowboys nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And he's got his big tight end here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and
touchdown. That's caught. Ben Roethlisberger with a touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the red zone now, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down, Prescott. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Boy, still a half plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
A first down throw for Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down, Steelers.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Oh, he fakes a spike. Under pressure, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Cameron Sutton, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish, but you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
At the Cowboys' 18-yard line.
Now a toss play. It's Harris. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's 3rd down and inches.
No gain on the play. It brings up 3rd down.
They run again with Harris. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Quick completion here to Johnson. And the Steelers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Roethlisberger got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Zach Gentry there to make the grab. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Roethlisberger looking to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more? And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Devin Bush just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Prescott from the gun. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's good for a Cowboys.
Prescott on first down. Eluding the pressure right. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he's got this down to the 35.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Prescott looks to throw on first. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2. The 39.
From the 39, Roethlisberger. That's swung out wide to Harris. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Oh, design run for their wideout. And out of bounds right around the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
His throw caught at about the 5. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Harris. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris there to make the grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Cowboys 6. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pollard to return from the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.